Hello YouTube and welcome back to old Flads. You all know where we are. This is DayZ, and I don't mean the mod, this is the real thing. And I'm actually at Balota, where there's a big ass military base now. Like a really big one. Oh, it's a zombie. Let's yeah, you sit down, zombie. I've managed to kit myself out from here. I didn't spawn too far away down the road at Camirovo. I think that's what it's called, Camisho. I don't know, I can't remember. But from Balota, this is obviously going to be a bit of a hub point. So we're going to go from here up to what you can probably just catch in the right of your screen, which is a brand new part of this map, and I'm so excited to play this game. It's probably the quickest Steam purchase ever done. Now, as you're going to see, things look quite the same, but because the sun's out, and there's a lot of glare, because the sun's out, everything looks very, very nice, very sharp. All the animations have been tweaked and sort of polished up. This is a much, much better version of the mod. It's a very early version of the mod. We're talking, I don't know, a year, 18 months ago perhaps, with regards to where it sort of stands, but you're going to see that a lot of things have changed. If I just go in here quickly, I can show you the inventory, which has changed massively. This is now your inventory. You have all your clothes, that you can spin your character around, have a look at things. All your weapons, which is now in my hand, has various parts to it. So I've got my Stanag rounds, I've got the hand grip, I've got the butt stock, I've got the, is that the rail? Oh, yeah, it's the top rail. And then you've got all these other parts as well, your pants, your trousers, sorry. They now have places where you can put stuff. So does your jacket. I've got a mountain backpack, I've got my gun down here again, I've got a hot bar. Everything's a lot cleaner, a lot tidier, and the whole thing is just amazing. Now, I'm quite fortunate because I've actually managed to drop into a daytime server, which it's been difficult not to, because the servers were on sort of real time, so every time I had a chance to play it was actually pitch black, which was very, very awkward. But now that I'm in here, I can't wait to show you some more stuff. Now, I want to show you Cherno, I really do, but I really don't at the same time. So we're not going to go to Cherno just yet. We're going to check out the new buildings, because I haven't been there myself. So that's Balota Airfield. I do want to stay away from there. It's obviously a hive of activity, and it's probably a place that eventually the bandits will be sat out. I don't know how people are playing this at the moment, whether they're friendly or unfriendly, but we're going to be taking a cautious approach, a very cautious approach. I must say, the zombie improvements are incredible. Like, the difference is night and day between the two. They're now a real pain and a nuisance, and bleeding out takes... I think I bled out after being attacked by a zombie in about 10 minutes. Now, that might sound like a long time, but in DayZ, that's not a very long time at all. As those of you that have followed this before will know entirely, but it's very eerie again. It's very... I don't know, everything feels hostile. Did I just aggro a zombie? Oh crap, I did. And I don't think, in fact I'm pretty certain, that trees are not the mortal enemy of zombies anymore. So, yeah, zombies just got a whole lot more difficult, and they actually sprint, and when they jump attack you, it really does clobber you as well. Let's see if we can just take out this zombie. There's one. Now they're pathing as it's gone a lot more straight line now, as you can see, and they haven't got the ragdoll effect in, but the pathing has improved a lot. So that's a good sign, and that is a good way to start this very, very exciting Let's Play. There's going to be a limited amount to what I can do, because there's no vehicles yet. There's no building as such. There's a crafting system, and I hope to show you as much of that as possible, because, well, it's deep. It's really, really deep. But let's head over to these buildings, and I'll show you more of what's new in DayZ. Okay, this is one of the new residential areas in DayZ. This has been added in brand new. As far as I'm aware, the majority of this is enterable. So we're going to test the theory now. You have to excuse the frame rate if it seems a little bit jumpy. This game is torturing my PC at the moment, and my new graphics card isn't here yet. I haven't been able to buy that. I had to buy the kids' Christmas presents. Didn't manage to buy myself any yet. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get involved in some of that. What happens? looks like a leg breaker, doesn't it? In the mod, that would be a leg breaker. But because the main stairs are actually out, looks like we're going up the ladder. Now, hopefully when we get up the top of here, we're going to be able to have a look. And hopefully there is going to be somewhere to get out. Yes, there is. Good. Okay, so I don't know if we may be able to make this a little base. I don't know. It's pretty obvious to everyone that these are going to be places to explore. Of course, it's a new area. Why wouldn't you explore it? What is this here? That's a piece of light. Oh, awesome. Right, so I don't really know what loot to expect in here. I'm expecting Lee Enfield and domestic crap, as you would expect. There's a lot of military spawns around, it would seem, and the military spawns that are in the game are a lot bigger. Now, with loot, you have to look up and down. It's not just on the floor anymore. It's actually placed in places where you may or may not expect it. I mean, I don't always expect to see it in some places, but nonetheless, the barracks, for example, are very cool because loot is now placed on the bunks, so it's not just randomly strewn on the floor. It's actually on bunks as someone left it there. These bookcases are very cool. There doesn't seem to be a lot in here. I don't know if it needs time to spawn in, or I don't really know how loot spawns in. I mean, it may just take a while. But let's head up to the top. I want to have a look around, if I'm being honest. And then when we get to the top, I'm going to be able to see if there's any people about as well. I am a bit annoyed about the lack of loot. I climbed a ladder for this. Nonetheless, right. Well, I don't know how much you want to see of me, like exploring DayZ. I think the thing is with this new game, especially those people that are questioning whether or not they should buy it. I think it would be handy if I did do as much gameplay, walking around gameplay as possible without it getting too boring. The reason being is because there's a lot to see, and it's the little things that are probably going to sell this to people that are playing the mod. Now, those of you that do have the mod, of course, will already be aware of how DayZ is, and it might just be the little differences that you see. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm amazed at how good it looks inside these buildings. This is enough for me. It's like Panthera on steroids at the moment. It looks great as well. Everything had some real attention to detail, which the mod had, of course, but it was limited. It was always going to be limited. But I mean, the lighting is fantastic. Now, the engine's been reworked, and if we just jump into first person, what's happened there? Gun, please. The engine's been reworked, which means all this sort of lighting and effects caused by sunlight, they'll all have been taken into consideration and changed. So that's something that is a big thing, and it was one of the things that took so long for this game. And now that I've seen it, I think it looks amazing. I mean, even at night now, night is dark, but if the moon's out, it's not pitch black, so it's not worryingly dark. And even the shadows at night, and I've got them turned down low because there's no real need to play with shadows in DayZ unless you're just trying to get some unnecessary level of immersion. But yeah, you can still see, you can make them out, and it all looks fantastic. So, hopefully, it doesn't look like there's any loot. Right, I'm going to go to the top, and then we'll have a look about. In fact, no, I'm not. They've blocked the stairs. Right, so I'm going to head... Oh my god, is that actually loot? What is that? It's a radar cap. What does that mean? Is that little... we can't... I'm not swapping my helmet for that. Right, I'm going to head back down, and we're going to check out some other buildings that are down here. Okay, I vastly underestimated the size of this place. There is hundreds, well, not hundreds, but there's loads and loads of buildings here. I just found a load of garage blocks as well, and they're worth checking out because you occasionally get some reasonable loot. If I just go into my inventory, I'll be able to show you. Actually picked up a tin of tuna in there, which is very, very important. I can show you the eating animation now, actually. So I'm eating my tin of tuna now, and he's putting it in his mouth. See, the animations have changed. You don't eat all of it, so I mean, I've eaten some of that tin tuna now, so I've got 50% of it left. So that means it will actually last me a little bit longer than before. So with regards to food and drink, you get hungry and thirsty really quickly at the moment. Now, water is something that is a concern for me, and I know that after the latest patch, I can actually drink from a well. So I'm guessing that this place must have a water source near it somewhere. The thing is just finding it, and when I do, I mean, I did not expect this to be a town. Does this merge into Cherno? I really didn't want to go into Cherno. What is that over there? Oh my god, there's so much to see. There is so much to see. One thing about these buildings, I may have spent 20 minutes underneath one. Now, what happened was I went to a balcony to have a look about and actually fell through the balcony. Now, instead of falling to my death, I actually, well, I sort of just ended up underneath, and it's like a really weird bug. So yeah, avoid going too near balconies. It would seem they're not safe, and you shouldn't trust in them. They've been made by the Russians. So those of you that played Payday will know exactly what that is. Let's say I don't know what you call that. It's not an Easter. I think you can actually pick it up. I mean, can I walk? I don't really want to walk around looking like that. It's asking for trouble, isn't it? But let's see what the Dallas mask does. Come on, take Dallas mask. Oh man, you got to be a little bit. Okay, we've taken it, and I'm wearing it on my face. I actually look, wow, incredibly scary. Okay, someone's going to crap themselves at night time, that's for certain. You see this running out of the dark, and it was bad enough with just my normal face, let alone without putting that mask on, but yeah, okay, someone is going to absolutely scream and crap themselves when they see that. Right, so I think what we're going to do, we're actually going to call that it for episode 1. I know that I was asked for some longer episodes of this, and I need to gauge your reaction to it first, so if you would like them to be about 8 minutes long, 9 minutes long, 10 minutes, 15, I don't know, just give me a rough idea about how long you would want your DayZ videos to be. If you would like them a lot longer, then I mean, I don't want to just put in me running around for 20 minutes, so I'm gonna, there'll be an extra work in it, of course, but I will take a bit longer in between videos as well, because I'll try and edit them and get some action in there. I do want to try and show you as much as possible, but at the same time I don't want it to be just like running simulator, because I bought this game and I play this game knowing that there is a lot of running around and inactivity. I don't expect you guys to have to sit through and watch that. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it a day. I need to find some water, and I hope I have a... Okay, there's Cherno. We're going to venture into the city. Now, we're armed, so that's one thing, but Cherno is Cherno, and, well, actually, to be honest, I'm really excited to see what they've got in there. I just know that I'm going to die. It's a catch-22 situation. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been DayZ, and not the mod. Proper DayZ. I've been Flads. Cheers, and goodbye.